Hi, welcome to episode 3, series 2 of the Contracts Bidding Governmental Private Sector Organizations 101. And I just want to say this is a great series. I don't want you to miss out. I'm going to be talking to you about how you can introduce yourself as an organization to get a stronger chance of winning a contract, getting a contract. And what I want you to also do is to like, subscribe, share this video so that it can reach more people that's going to benefit as well as yourself. We've got other videos as well that you can watch. So please do like, subscribe, share, and keep watching to the end because you're going to learn so much. So it's very important that you watch until the end, because I always save the best for last. It's important that you introduce yourself because you only get one shot at winning a contract, for example. Although you can always go back again, but you don't want to keep doing that. You want to get it right the first time. So please do ensure that you are able to listen and that you introduce yourself in an effective way. And this is what this video is all about, how to do that. So I'm going to be giving you some simple strategies on how you can actually win that contract, how you can introduce and pitch to organizations that will use your services. You're looking at providing them with temporary, permanent placement staff, or you could possibly looking at providing aspects of training, for example, especially if you come from a healthcare background and you're a nurse, for example, you could provide training to these organizations, and that is another aspect that you could provide to make you stand out from other recruiters. So you're looking at a long-term relationship. How do you build a long-term relationship with other healthcare organizations? You're not just there for the short term, you're there for the long-term relationship, because your business will continue to grow with that organization as they grow as well. So always remember that. You're not just there just to provide them with short-term staff, you want to look at their long-term needs as well. So just remember, in the previous video I talked about how you can handle objections. Please go back to that after you've watched this video all the way to the end. Then you go back to that video and listen to those objection handling so that you can be strong when you're presenting your organization. So some of the things you need to think about. What is it that you're providing? Are you providing temporary or are you providing permanent staff placements? Will they be healthcare workers, doctors, social workers? Will they be healthcare assistant, nurses? What type of staff members will you be providing within your service? So you want to make sure that your presentation is about your company. You can get this information from your company website. You can build your company presentation, your information pack from this. What is included in your presentation pack is things like about us, the services that you provide, your homepage, how they can contact you, who's on call, your terms of business, what are your prices, what is your mission and vision statement, to name a few. There's also your aims and objectives, which we will do a video on vision and mission statement as well as objectives. But you know, what will you put in this information pack? This is very important because this is your company's DNA. So now you've created your information pack from a Word document. You're now ready to look at presenting to organizations that you can approach. You will need to create a database. You will need to create a list of organizations that you're going to approach. Is it care homes? Is it NHS hospitals, for example? Is it private hospital? Who is it that you're going to be contacting? That's what needs to be thought about as well. And you want to look at what their needs are by looking at that home. look at those that have possibly got inadequate or needs improvement, which is from the CQC website, where you would build the database, which you can watch another video that I've done previously about how to create a database. So who are you approaching? So when you call them, you'll know what type of home that they are, and that you can meet their needs by providing them with the staff members that are able to deliver the service to service users, for example. So think about all of these things before you start approaching a care home. You don't want to just go in and call someone or try and get work from an organization when you don't even know about your own company's services that you're providing, what your prices are, what types, what levels of service are you providing, mild, medium or high needs. You have to think about all of these things before approaching organizations to work with, for example, because you need to go in there strong, and at the same time you need to be communicating and listening to what their needs are within that home. So now you created your list, you've got your database, you've got your presentation pack, and your website is live, for example. You're now ready to go and do some visits, some face-to-face visits of, for example, care homes. You've created a list of who you're going to be visiting on that day. And this is the face-to-face visits that I'm referring to. You've also got your black document or whatever color that you want to get, a leather document file to put your presentation into with your business cards. You don't just want to knock on someone's door and you haven't got this information. It's not good enough just to go with a business card and start talking or rambling. You need to have a telephone script of what you're going to say, whether it's a telephone script, whether it's over the phone, you would have that, but you'd also have a script for when you're knocking on the door, cold calling, for example. But in this video, I'm going to explain it as if you do have the appointment with the face-to-face meeting. So you always want to ensure that you, when you've knocked on the door, that you greet them with a smile. And you will then look at whoever it is that's come to the door, see what the name is, and call them by their first name. Let them know that I've come here to meet with the manager or whoever it is, the director that you've met with, or the senior staff member, for example. The appointment has been met, and that you're here to fill the vacancies that they have. And you can even do that even with a cold call, for example. That's a whole other video which you can look at previously as well. So now you've got into the door, you now want to greet the care manager, and you give a really good handshake and you smile. And you look at the name of the manager again and call them by their first name. Obviously then they will then take you to sit wherever it is in the office. You would then start your presentation from that point. You would give the care manager, whoever it is that you've got the appointment with, the presentation pack that you've created. You would also, in your black file, sorry, I say black file because I always have one, in your document file case, you would have your copy as well of the presentation. And then you would talk around that basis of your presentation pack. But you would also be asking the care manager, do they have any questions? Is there something that they want to discuss with you? So that you're listening to them and you listen. You don't talk over them. You listen to what they are saying. You let them finish. And then you'll repeat. Just say, let me get that right. So you're looking for 6 staff members, healthcare workers, or 5 nurses. You've got the dates of when they're going to start. Then you start going into negotiations. So I want you to listen to the next part where I talk about the face-to-face meeting. Let's do it. Always compliment on the home. Say, wow, this place is beautiful. Oh, it's so lovely. It was really quiet. I liked how quiet it was, and that people were smiling. It's a lovely place. Then once you've had a seat, then you sit down, you pull out your presentation file from your black leather case, for example, and then you would hand that to the manager, for example, of the care home that you were talking to. So whilst they're looking at that, you're also talking about your company and your services and what you actually offer. So that's important as well. So you'll be talking about your services, the staff members that you have, and how you can meet their needs, but also at the same time, you'll be asking them questions, because they're going to have some questions that they want to have answered. So you would say to them, do you have any questions about what I've discussed with you today? Does this meet your needs? And let them answer, so that you're listening and you're looking out for any objections that may possibly come your way. And that's when you refer to the objections video that I provided here on my YouTube channel for you to get better direction as well. So hopefully once you've gone through your presentation about what it is that you offer, your services, then you would be then talking about the terms of business and what staff members that they need, that they're short of, and that you can help them to meet that need. Is this a long-term need? Then you're looking at permanent placement. Is this short-term? Then it's temporary placement, but it could also be with a view to place permanently. So you could be looking at the long-term relationship, because that is what any business owner really wants for a client, is to have a long-term relationship, not just this short-term relationship. So once you've spoken with the client, the care manager, for example, they're very happy with your discussion and they want to do business with you, woo, time to go now, then you would obviously say, thank you, I am so grateful that I got to meet you, for example. It's been a pleasure. I'm looking forward to doing business with you. And again, handshake. Look them in the eye and mention their first name. Give them a handshake and say, I will get back to you today. I'll send you the details over. You sign the terms of business, for example, or maybe they need to sign the terms of business with someone else, for example. But let them know you will reach out to them today and that you will get back and just follow up on what was discussed and what services you're able to provide for them. And also you've negotiated with them at that point, because maybe they may need to speak with the director, for example, about your prices. So this is really good news. Once you're there in front of someone, that means majority of the time you've got the sale, because they wouldn't have you in front of them. So just bear that in mind. So thank them for their time, and then you shake the hand like I said, and then you just walk out the door with a smile on your face. So that's how you do a face-to-face interview. Now I'm going to talk to you about a Zoom and also over the phone meeting about your presentation of your company. So over the phone, making calls to care homes. You're going to be discussing your presentation, so you will have your presentation whilst you're on the phone, and you'll be going through your presentation with the care manager that you've booked this appointment with over the phone. You're going to talk to them about your services and what staff members that you have got available, and find out from them what their needs are. Talk to them about what their needs are. You know, for us to work with you, what would you like us to be able to provide you with in order to meet your needs? So always talk and listen to what the care manager is saying. Don't interrupt them. Don't talk over them. Do not try and lead them, because they will not want to be pushed in any way. You have to be delicate, but at the same time friendly, but also professional. and listen. Good listening skills, communication skills is what's needed. If you are lacking communication skills and listening skills, then you will need to watch my videos on this, because it is important that you're able to listen, because that's how you get the sales, because you will pick up on things that they are lacking, and then you can look at helping them with that need as well. So you'll go through your presentation so that the organization understands what it is that you do, and just let them know that you are going to be doing a presentation. You'll be talking to them from the presentation that you've already sent to them ahead of time, so they know what this meeting is about, and that they know that you want to close them, that you want to provide services to them by providing them with healthcare staff, doctors, nurses, for example. So that's how you do a telephone presentation, of introducing yourself as an organization. So you've spoken with the client, you've arranged a meeting online, and this is via Zoom. Excellent. So now what you're going to do is you will have your presentation open on your screen of what you've already sent to them, and then of your information pack, that is. You'll then be doing a presentation about what it is that you're offering. You're basically talking about your website. You're going to do a presentation, PowerPoint, about your services, about us, and your prices, and what types of staff members that you have, whether it's permanent or temporary placement. What are your prices, your terms of business, but also talk in that presentation, have a section about what their questions are, what are their current needs at the moment, so that you're able to meet and match with what it is that they're looking for from a healthcare organization. Now, I always say to people, don't just say I provide nurses, support workers, doctors, nurses, for example. Try and look at every aspect of what a care home needs. For example, cleaners, chefs, kitchen assistants. There's lots of other jobs that are needed in that care home as well. So I hope that you found that very helpful so far, and I'll just continue with the Zoom presentation. So once you've gone through your presentation with the organization, the care manager, you want to thank them for their time, for taking out, of their busy day, for spending that with you. But at the same time, you're also looking at and appreciating that you're able to help, and this will benefit the care manager as well. Always ask them if they've got any final questions before the meeting ends. Then you're looking at getting the terms of business signed, because you don't want to be sending any staff members in to the care home, for example, or NHS hospital, for example, without a signed terms of business. So that's very important as well. So I hope you found this helpful. Please do like, subscribe, share, and look out for all of the other future videos that will be coming up. Also, if you haven't seen our previous videos, then please do go back and watch them. Like I said, like, subscribe, and share. Hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
I'm living the life. I woke up this morning and I thank God for the day. I know things ain't what they could be, but I got a smile on my face. No more tears, no more fears. They won't get the best of me no more. I can stand still or I can move